Hello, and welcome to Under 1000. My name's Thomas Flower, and each episode I'll read you a piece of super short fiction. All of the stories are 1000 words or less. Today, I'll be reading Mercy. Hey, are you going to be in or around Glasgow on the 5th of December? I'm hosting a queer flash fiction open mic night at Category is Books from 7pm. Check out the Under 1000 Facebook page for more details, and come join us if you can. It should be a lot of fun. Please be aware that this episode deals with themes of child abuse and death. If that's likely to upset you or anyone that you're with, then you might want to skip this one. What's your name, honey? The child looked up, staring at her confused for a second, before grunting out, "Don't know, never had one." Maria tried not to act surprised, continuing to smile down with soft and caring eyes onto the confused and bedraggled being standing in the doorway. "You want a cup of something warm? You can sit a while and tell me what's going on." The kid nodded, shyly stepping in and plopping down in a seat. As Maria fiddled about with cups and kettles in the back room, she called out, "What would you like to drink?" The child paused, knowing the reply to give, but too uncertain to give it. Eventually, the words wafted timidly over to Maria in response. "Can I have hot blackcurrant squash?" She smiled. There was something so simple and innocent about the question that she couldn't help but enjoy. Rummaging through the cupboard, she came across an ancient-looking bottle. "It'll still be all right to drink, surely," she thought to herself. "This stuff never goes off." Turning around, she called out, "Sure, coming right up." A few moments later, the kettle was boiled, and the two of them sat, cups in hand, drinking together. On a cold evening like this, a warm drink was a necessity, and Maria knew it would help the child feel better and open up. Gingerly, she began to ask about the situation, presenting the questions as casually as she could. "So what brought you here? It's a bad night to be out tonight." "I don't have anywhere else to go. Your sign said you could help." Once again, a straightforwardly honest answer. Maria pressed on, still wanting to find out more. "There's nobody else you could go to then? Nobody that takes care of you?" "You mean like family?" the kid asked, a little unsure. "Yeah, that kind of thing." "No. There's my dad, but he left me out. Haven't seen him for so long, but after what happened with Mum, I was sent here. I don't think he wants me, though. He took me out for dinner, but then he ran away when I was eating. I didn't know what to do." Maria tried to remain calm. She could feel tears and anger both rising through her at the thought of a parent treating their child like this. But she knew that in order to do her best for this timid creature sitting in front of her, she'd have to present as placid an image as possible. "So you came to me? Straight after?" "No. I was outside for a few days. I saw your sign, so I asked people to show me where it was. Now I finally found you. No wonder the poor thing looked so messy." She'd noticed the smell upon arrival, so she'd assumed that nobody had been taking care of the kid for a while, but it was good to have these things confirmed. "Hey, your name's Maria, right?" She was slightly surprised to be on the receiving end of a question for once. Calmly as ever, she replied, "Yes." "Hey, Miss Maria, does my dad love me?" "My mum said he would love me." She couldn't hold it back now. A single tear slid rapidly down her cheek. She brushed it away as quickly as she could, unsure if the child had seen it or not. "I don't know, pet. No one can really answer that except your dad. It was the most charitable response she could give, though she suspected that they were both well aware of the true answer. So what will I do now? Well, you can stay here with me for a few days. I'll make arrangements for what will happen next with you. What will that be? The child asked, a scared curiosity visibly emanating. Don't worry about that just now. The first thing we need to do is get you washed, cleaned up, and ready for bed. She put the cup down and held out a hand. Please, come with me. Maria led the way upstairs. At the top of the landing, she pointed to a door on the left. This can be your room for the next few days. Go drop your things in there now. She turned the light on, leading the way into the pre-prepared bedroom. She waited for the child to deposit their possessions. There weren't many to speak of, so it took barely a minute. Now, let's get you washed and changed. There's a bathroom across the hall. You go there and get yourself scrubbed down. I'll prepare a fresh set of clothes for you. She let the child go first, then headed back downstairs to locate her supplies. Grabbing them from the cupboard, she piled everything up. Fresh and clean trousers, a t-shirt, a jumper, socks and pants, and right at the top, her needle. Heading back upstairs, she placed the clothes outside the bathroom door and knocked on it, calling out to the child to inform them of the outfit waiting to be changed into. Meet me downstairs when you're ready, were her final words. It's an act of mercy. It's an act of mercy, she had to keep telling herself. Despite having done this several times by now, she was still no more used to it. A child like that won't get a happy life in this city, in this country even. They'll be sent from one tragic home to another, or worse, used and abused for some pathetic lowlife's vile ends. What I'm doing is necessary. Crouching behind the doorway, she readied the needle one last time, willing herself to do what she must as soon as she heard the last creak on the bottom stair. Thank you for listening to Under 1000. I'm your host, Thomas Flower. To follow the show online, look for Under 1000 Pod on Twitter or Facebook. If you'd like to support the show on Patreon, go to patreon.com/under1000pod, where you can sign up to read each month's stories in advance, as well as to have a thank you be read during these credits. The theme music is an instrumental version of In Between Days by Nick Tate and the Sharks. To hear the full song and more from the same EP, go to Nick Tate, NICTATE, and thesharks.bandcamp.com, or search for them on your favourite streaming platform. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and that you'll join me again next time for some more super short fiction.